So, yeah, now it's official. So just a quick review of what do we do in the morning. So just to clarify everyone, Marina, I said she put, okay. So we wake up, say Modani, and then we wash hands if we have something next to our bed, no blessings. Then get ready for the day. Then wash hands again. This not in the bathroom. I'm so sorry, just 1 second. Okay, sorry. So we wash again, this time with the blessing, and then right away we do the blessings, and it's on the page already. So the first blessing is the blessing of washing hands, and then 5 to 9. So this is, it's considered part of the morning prayers, but not. It's kind of a pre-morning prayers. It's like, this is what you do to get ready for the day. Then we have what's called morning prayers. We have 3 prayers through the day. What's called the morning prayers, the afternoon prayers, and the evening prayers. There is also, after the evening prayers, what we have, prayer before going to sleep. So prayer before going to sleep is not counted on the 3 daily prayers. And these pre-morning prayers are also not counted on the 3 daily. These are like, you wake up and you go to sleep. That's the preparation. And then there is the 3 daily prayers. Hello, how are you? Just starting. So, and so the 3 daily prayers are the ones that men specifically should do in the synagogue. Woman is always good to pray in a holy place, but we don't have the obligation to pray with a minyan. So we can do whatever we want, but also makes our prayers much faster. So the, yeah. Yeah. That's what I've been asking. The page 4 is for, it's for children. It's like page 4 is basically. So this, it's not a problem. It's just like it has the basic prayers for you to have there for little kids. So let's say mummies, or there is also, there is the blessing after we eat bread. Is a blessing of like a few pages. Kids, they say this. Where is here? After eating bread, like Musia's age, she says, Brida Hamana Almana Malka Dalma Mara Diapita. So it's, you understand? It's just there to be there. Hello, hi. You can be next to me. I'm not biting anyone. So everybody else is. You see? No. So, yeah. Okay, so yeah, so then the three prayers, as I said on first class, but I'm just reviewing. There is a discussion if women are obligated to. You want to have more? No, the paper. It's the same. We did it. We're starting. Yeah, section before paper. So there is a discussion if women have obligation on the 3 daily prayers. We follow the Alter Rebbe. The Alter Rebbe says yes. And not only us, he says 2 out of 3. We should choose 2 out of 3. He recommends the afternoon prayers, because the afternoon prayers you have to stop. It's not like the morning prayer you can do before you start your day, the evening prayer when you get home. The afternoon, you have to stop your day to remember God's there. But we're gonna go through. I just wanted through the whole thing, and everybody do whatever they want. Yeah, it's not. I can tell you. It's an app. It's an app. You want? It's called the Chabad. There is many. So the one that matches with this, it's not in English. That's why it's called Siddur Tehillas Hashem. The red. It's only Hebrew. The Tehillim, they have English. If anyone wants, I have the Tehillim. It's called Kehot Tehillim. It's paid. I think both of them is paid. But the Siddur, they don't have in English in there. Just Hebrew. It's good. It's not good to read because you pray on the phone, you get all the notifications. So it should. The book is better, but okay.
Yeah.
I also, but not okay. Let's so yeah, but you remember? Because I will not. Okay, so let me. Okay, so that was no. I just started right after. So it's I know. Listen, once in a while we need release. So I had one time I was like so upset and I was releasing, thinking I'm alone here.
Oh my God.
There was someone upstairs. Not a learn my lesson. There is always someone watching. It's God, but in that case was a person. I was talking to my mom and okay, so
But they didn't understand anything. They're talking to your mom, nobody understands. Yeah, but she was speaking. The way
wasn't you know it's
perfect. What was that our slogan for the t-shirt?
Beinoni in progress. Beinoni in progress. That's no. I'm sorry, I can't have that. But it's on the Tanya class. We're gonna make merch. We're gonna make merch. So okay, so let's prayers. Okay, so we are ready. We're starting the way the morning and the 3 prayers. That's what I have on your paper. I should take a copy for me. It's a shacharit. Thank you. Just you can, I can see all that. Shacharit, mincha, and arvit. These are the 3. One is the morning prayer, mincha. It's missing a n. Yeah. It's not mincha. It's mincha. Mincha and arvit, or some people call mariv, is morning, afternoon, and evening. And they are to substitute the korbanos, the sacrifices in the temple. So again, 5 to 9 pre-prayer. The real prayer, let's say, starts on page 12. I'm gonna go fast because we already spoke a little bit about that. We start with saying Hareini, that is, I hereby take upon myself the mitzvah, love your fellow as yourself. If you want to say other prayers is nice, but this phrase is, we say, then we go to page 17 and we say, basically what these prayers are saying is until right after the Hareini is part of the Torah, they are reminding God kind of like, and we're going to see this happen again soon. This is us. Remember, we are the people of Matov. We're the people, the Bilam, the bad person, when he went to curse, really he gave a blessing because we are modest and we care for each other. Adon Olam is, we're telling God how amazing you are. It's prep. I don't know. I met, in the movies they make that, but I don't know if it's in real life. But before the judgment, the person is speaking he speaks some words before the trial starts, like each lawyer, right? There is the opening words. Oh, yeah, so there is the opening. These are like opening words. And then, so what's the next? Akeda Yitzchak, that's the binding of Yitzchak, the sacrifice that Abraham was going to sacrifice his son. And then he did. God told him no. What's his 10? Everybody knows this story. Abraham had 10 tests. This is the 10 tests. This is the 10, and he passed all the 10 tests, and that's when God chose to make a nation out of him. And Okay, sorry,
And you went back-
13, sorry, I was 13 just because I didn't,
Oh, you confused me. You said 17. So
sorry, I went back,
That's why I
I'm so
couldn't
sorry.
find you.
Again, 13, I'm just mentioning what's before the 17. These are
Oh,
not,
but that's not the one that we need, right?
no, I'm just explaining
Okay.
the order. Okay, then there is also a Shema on page 16. That's not the Shema, that is the Shema. It's the Shema.
This highlight, this one.
It's the Shema. It's another Shema. Yeah,
But when did he say the Shema? In the morning?
we're gonna get, yeah, but a part of morning prayers, but not this. This is like a
How long do
training.
How long do you morning prayers? Yours personally.
She said 35 seconds.
No, I said no. 30 seconds is okay, so they're both called, yeah, they're both called morning prayers, but they're different. That's what I was saying. There is the pre-morning prayers, that is page 5 to 9. They are blessings, really the translation is blessings of the morning. So blessings of the morning, I count, it's not 30 seconds, 1 minute. So
Okay, I thought so.
my morning prayers, okay, so depends. The days that I'm doing good, 15 minutes. The days I'm not doing good, 7 minutes. So depends how much I'm saying, yeah. So my minimum is 7 minutes, but sometimes, I mean, Shabbos much more, so yeah. It's-
At home and you.
yeah, okay, so 15 is what I wish to be there. So we're gonna see, and you choose, but that's the thing, you choose what's, or like I said, it's not, we're gonna go through the morning prayers, we're gonna go through the afternoon. The afternoon prayers, 10 minutes. So, because it's like, and 10 minutes, basically not skipping anything. So, okay, hopefully we get there. Yes, yeah. So, okay, so let me say, yes, that is, the more you say the words, the more you're used to saying the words, there is the disadvantage of a lot of times you say, like yesterday, yesterday was the first day of the Jewish month. There is some additions for the prayer. I forgot if I said or not. I was to the left, right when I finished. I'm like, wait, did I just say that? Or I don't. So it's a problem when you're saying so fast that I don't even know what I'm doing. The good when you're starting, you're really officially we need to put, there is kavana, the intention on the prayer, but there is the time. So there is also the Shabbos before the new month is a Shabbos that in Chabad we say the whole book of Tehillim in the morning before prayers. The first time I said the whole book of Tehillim, I did not say all together. I divided and took me, 5 hours. By now, me and my husband, if we sit and say, never, since we had kids. But before kids, 1 hour. So the whole Tehillim. No, saying the whole Tehillim. So in 770, that's what they do. They have 9 o'clock, all the men come. They say the whole Tehillim, and then 10 o'clock, they start the prayer. But I had like my kids take much longer. It's something and if you do, imagine you're doing that once a month for I don't know how many years. So you say what, I'm just saying what there is. You choose what you want to do. 17 is what we said is the start of the offerings. Now it's going to describe all the offerings. So the first offering should be one of the minimum requirements. The rest, if you want to learn how was after the offerings, there was what's called Ketoris, the incense. People think incense is not Jewish. The temple had incense all over the place. So that is until, where I am. Until page 22. No, so only the first paragraph of 17. The last paragraph of 17, sorry.
So this is like 17 and 18, then, no?
Yeah, 17 and a little 18. The left, yeah, just, and then, I mean, if you wanna, I'm so sorry, sorry, I can't call him back, so, yeah. Okay, so then, let's say page, which page is it, 22, right?
So the 18 up, that's it, and then we're going to page 20.
Okay. It's not a must, I'm just explaining to you what it is. I will tell you when is a must.
Oh, so. that's
Okay,
not a must.
not
Okay.
just, yes, it's one of the minimums. Okay, 18 is a very, I mentioned, 22, I mentioned, I mentioned last class, there is this special prayer, it's not required, you want to say it's beautiful. Then now it says there, Mishnah, is part of the Mishnah. To explain what is the Mishnah, I will take a very long time. We can stay after the class, one new class, because I want to get through the Siddur. So it's part of the Mishnah, Beraita, same thing as Mishnah. Okay, page 26. Sorry, I know it's we can stay. It's just page 26 is the Kaddish that I said last time. Okay, this Kaddish gonna be many times repeated. Kaddish is only said with a minyan. Kaddish, there is two kinds of Kaddish: the morning Kaddish and the Kaddish that the Chazan, the cantor, says. So it doesn't matter. It's just the difference is who is saying. One is the cantor, one is a mourner. They're the same. If you look at the words of the Kaddish, it's just interesting that people think it's talking about death or whatever. It doesn't mention death. It doesn't. It's we are praising God because a person that just lost a close relative,
But
it's important for them to praise God many times.
there is like, it's difficult to know what it says because.
It's at the bottom over here, little over there.
Oh, this one?
No, more little. There. You see there? Where it starts with exalted and hallowed be his great name and goes to the other page.
Okay, so that's the translation.
That's the translation, yeah. They have the transliteration for the synagogue, especially men, to be able to follow along.
But we don't say.
Women don't say we answer. Amen. And
So why are we writing?
I'm just telling you,
Okay.
so you know. What, by the way, since I'm telling, we do not speak during Kaddish. Okay, so you came to the synagogue and you see, if you kind of know when the, I don't know, hopefully you know when the person is saying Kaddish. We try to not speak. It's respectful to stand up during Kaddish. And we should answer Kaddish. It's very important to answer Kaddish. Answer means Amen. There is one time that is going to say, and it's the third time, says Amen, Hem Shemeh Rabbah. If you want to, the Siddur has this, you can follow or just say Amen and don't confuse.
How much room is it?
Shalom Mazal Tov. Shalom Mazal Tov.
The Kaddish saying Amen is in general, but especially Amen to a Kaddish is Amen is kind of we building a wing to our prayers. The more we say Amen, the being bigger is a word, right?
Yeah.
Bigger the wing is, and a bigger wing goes more, kind of. So it's Amen, yes, and there is okay, page 27. What if you say it's already saying here for Shabbat and festivals is a different page. Okay, so the morning prayers is different. So this is basically the morning prayers. Shacharit for weekdays, morning prayers for weekdays. All these were part of the morning prayers, but there's a lot of preparation here. It starts with a praise to God. It's not a minimal. I'm just telling you so what it is. It's a beautiful prayer, praising and why we're praising God. It's now there is page 30. Page 30, it's what called Pesukei des let me take a paper so I can tell because I may. Okay. We are on what says for verses of praise. Pesukei on the paper. Pesukei de Zimra. And 4. the end of the page, 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So why did I put these numbers? Is now that I realize it's okay. I
Wait,
divide
you finished? Put the sacrifices in the middle?
sacrifices is what we said before. It's
Okay.
page 17
Okay.
until, and so Hodu is before the Pesukei de Zimra is praises for God. Hoidu, thank you, and praises.
But
So
that was not out of the minimum.
no. So the way
What's
The-
that then?
uh
Ah.
ah so it's nice. It's the way the prayers are made is like that. For the morning blessings, we are trying to create an emotion of love to God. Because when we say Shema, we have to feel love for God. So whoever knows on Tanya, how do we create emotion? Through meditation. So the prayer is a meditation. So there is we're not saying the pre-prayer. Okay, I'm starting on we start what that phrase that I said on page 12, Hareini. It starts we praising God, right? We're saying, God, how amazing you are. Remember, we are your connection to us of what Abraham did, and the sacrifices, how on the time of the temple we brought the sacrifices, and then describe how was the sacrifices. Then it goes to this Hodu. There was more thanks to God and more praise. Every time we praise, 4:30. 27. So it's basically we're saying an amazing thing, like God created the world, God does miracles for us, God. So it's helping us to get now the verses of praise is kind of we went up the ladder. What I said you missed. I wrote stairs because I didn't know how to write ladder, but you saw on the yeah. So we're going up the ladder. And these verses of praise, when we start, hello, no problem. When we start, we don't speak, we don't eat, we don't drink, we don't interrupt. From Pesukei, these verses of praise until we finish with the end of the Shmona Esrei, Amidah, that hopefully we're gonna get today to the Amidah. So from when we start this until the Amidah, what honestly, if you're gonna skip all the things and you're gonna say the basic, shouldn't be more than 10 minutes, but we do not interrupt. If you go to the bathroom, we cannot hold going to the bathroom during prayer. So we go to the bathroom, we wash hands, we do not say the blessing of the bathroom. You will say that after the prayer, because you can't. Saying the blessing of the bathroom is interrupting the prayer. The one time that you're gonna hold going to the bathroom and it goes is Amidah. We're gonna get there when we do the Amidah, unless there is a hurricane or I don't know, your child cut himself, like something very serious, no reason to interrupt. And even bathroom. If you want to go through, there is a lot of laws. If you pass gas or you think there is things to be done, but I don't think we have time to go through. If anyone is interesting, it's a problem. It's a problem to pray we don't pray in the bathroom, right? We close the door of the bathroom. We shouldn't pray in front of the bathroom. And it's better to be covered in clothes, the minimum basic cover that each person considers the cover. Yeah. It's what each person, what you consider covered. By the way, one thing, let's say you are undressed, but you want to drink you drink something or whatever after things, you cover yourself with the blanket, say the blessing, and drink and eat, or I don't know, whatever other blessing you want to say, for whatever reason. So it doesn't mean you need to be covered. Like if you want to use a sheet to cover yourself, doesn't matter. Some people think it's fashionable. So it's okay. So this Busquei de Zimbra, there is verses of praise, and there is what I wrote here, outside the praise and inside the praise. It's yeah. You want to ask something? No. Yes.
Even not like English, like, you know,
So the way it's I don't. Well, Yeshiva Boys, you mean the group? No. Not the group Yeshiva, because there's a musical group called Yeshiva Boys. Okay. Yes and no.
Yeah, some of them.
Yes and no. Yeah. So there is, that's the thing, the prayer, a lot of these prayers, there is tones to it, so people pray. But there is also songs of that they just sing because there is songs to sing. I mean, I know, like, there is, it's very interesting. There is the release time program, right? So release time program is a program that it's a 1 hour free Jewish study that the Rebbe Institute many years ago. And the prayer, the release time, they do prayer with the kids, a 5 minutes prayer maybe. And it's similar to the prayer we do in Hebrew school. And the tunes are the same tunes. So I remember was one time we had here in Hebrew school, I don't know what, and this mother, she was in release time. And she did, it's funny, she didn't know the words, but the tune, she could follow along. So, the songs, yes. If you go, Chabad.org does have melodies for the famous songs.
Yeah.
So it's, and also, like on the Minyan on Shabbos, if you're gonna see the men also, there is some songs that everybody sing out loud. There is some melody. Yes. Songs are very, yes.
But it's true. Like I know the songs because I know the words because of the song.
Right.
It is. That's the whole idea of the tunes.
For me personally, I would
Yeah.
not be able to do this, you know.
And I didn't even look like I didn't even ever look at the words. I just my son sang it and that's how you know.
Ah, I'm looking the up.
But they all pray.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I just want to clarify, you saw that on the first page, 59 was, we have to
start
stand
listening
up
to
to
YouTube,
like all of them we have to stand. I just.
No, 17 we don't.
So, 12,
No,
so just 5 to 9.
so far, yeah.
Okay, and the rest you can.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, of the basic ones,
Yeah, the
some
ones
like
that-
some other ones we.
No, but the one that we mentioned.
Yeah. Can you have one? No.
Either before or after.
I was gonna after.
After. you can
It's
have
better.
it.
We it's better to don't eat before. If you have to, whatever. But no, we don't drink. And it's funny because we have a person now in the Minyan that it's before, when we used to have the coffee here, the Minyan was like a coffee house. The guys were all praying with their coffee cups. Now that is downstairs, it's better. A person that doesn't need to be mentioned decided to serve coffee to everyone during prayers. And I'm like, when finally people stop drinking during the prayers, he's serving, he's good. You're walking around with a thermos and a cup. Like, I mean, he's trying to be nice, whatever. But yeah, we don't eat or drink during prayers. So okay, so outside the prayer, inside prayers. It's the idea of outsider. For example, the Tehillim. The Tehillim is a compilation from David HaMelech, King David, but mostly written by him. What's written in the Tehillim is things that happened to him or to the person that wrote that prayer. These prayers are, and this is what's called outsider prayer. Our inside prayer, now we are saying things that happen to us as a nation, and to happen to us in our personal life. As we're going to see, there's things that apply for everyone. So that's just, the prayers are a little bit more like personal because of that. Page 30, standing. Okay, if you there, the prayers is inside. Outside is Tehillim. So 30, we stand up. The minimum is the first and the second paragraph. The first paragraph is just a Kabbalistic saying that we can go other classes to go in deep of other things. And for the sake of the union of the Holy One, yes. And then blessed is he who spoke. And so gonna say the beginning, blessed is he who spoke and the world came into being. We spoke did we spoke about last class about how God created the world? Or I'm mixing with the Tanya?
It was not here.
Okay, so that's, thank you. Yeah. So how God created the world? God created the world through speech. So yeah, I think it's Tanya. I think it's so God created the world through speech.
I know.
Okay, we're gonna go a reminder for everyone. Yes, the blowing. And it's not only God created through speech, God keeps creating through speech. As long again, speech is allegory, because God doesn't have mouth, God doesn't have lungs or whatever. But what's the allegory? When we are blowing or we're speaking, it's from inside us. So basically talking, the creation of the world is from the essence of God. And if it says that if God would stop speaking, we disappear, the whole world. So the fact that we are, was Tanya last week, because I remember saying that we are here, the chairs are here, the phone, the computer, everything is because God keeps speaking the words of creation. So this prayer is just a reminder of that. And it makes there's a few things that this bring, again, it's to bring us love of God, but it's also awe of like, if God, whatever, for any reason, stop the speech, that's it. It's like the grandiosity of God to our nothingness. You know, like we are his speech, that we are only here because he's deciding now to keep speaking. If God decides to stop speaking us, each person has their own thing, we disappear. It's not that we die, because we still exist, right? We're not talking about life or death. We talk about existence is a little more, you know, when we're talking about, remind me, on kosher, there is the concept of bugs. We don't eat bugs, right? So a lot of people, they say, oh, but if I blend the bugs, I'm like, okay, you're eating blended bugs. They're still there. It doesn't matter. We die or alive or dead bugs. Like, oh, I sprayed with, okay, they're dead bugs, but they're there. So the same with, and also to bring us a connection. God wants us now. The fact that we are here is because God wants us here, because if he didn't want us here, he would stop speaking. So the fact that we are alive is because we have a mission to fulfill, that God wants us to be here. And a lot of times, and now talking to kind of this side of the table, people say, oh, but I do so much of the wrong things. And if God would see you that way, and you could just, okay, not, there is a reason why. I really like, I just heard this story from, I forgot which Rebbe. It says that Jews have as many mitzvahs, good deeds. I forgot how to say mitzvahs in English, but mitzvahs, yeah, mitzvahs as the seeds of a pomegranate. But we are called sinners. So there is this Hasidah follower. He came to one of the Rebbe, maybe the Alter Rebbe, but I don't want to say for sure, and said, "How can we be sinners?" I want to say the right way. No, how can, if we do so many, if we are sinners, how come we are doing so many mitzvahs? So the Alter Rebbe replied to him, I'm thinking the opposite. Why are they called sinners if they're doing so many mitzvahs? It's, I'm sorry, that he said the opposite. I said the same thing twice. He said, how can we are called, like, we are sinners. How come we have so many mitzvahs like a pomegranate? So the Alter Rebbe said, I'm saying the opposite. Because we have so many mitzvahs, so why are we called sinners? And so that's the way of viewing, and it's this part of the prayer is to think of, we're good enough. And not only good enough, we're more than good enough. We have so many mitzvahs. There is still, the cup half empty, half full. It's there is this idea of toxic positivity, but there is the idea of positivity. We are the cup half full. There is is a time that we could compare to people worse than us. Like, it sounded outside, but was the water. I also, and look around you. There's so many people doing worse. We're doing pretty good. It's not good to compare all the time. Just saying, this time when you're comparing to somebody lower than you. But we don't compare in a judgment place. We compare because each person is doing what they should be doing, what they're doing. I'm just saying in a way, like, sometimes people see and they're looking like, oh, look how much I'm not doing. So I'm telling you, no, look how much you are doing. Everybody's doing so much. So that is page 30. It continues with praises. Again, I'm telling you the minimum of the minimum. We didn't go so far away. Page 31. Ashrei. Ashrei is, if you want, I wrote there just Miss Morla Toida is just the prayer right after. It's not part of the minimum, but it's a beautiful prayer that yes, it's 3 in the morning. So it's just saying that we don't say on Erev Pesach, Chol HaMoed Pesach, and Erev Yom Kippur, because this is there is a sacrifice, there is a Thanksgiving sacrifice that we didn't bring on Erev Pesach, Chol HaMoed Pesach, because it's a sacrifice made of chametz, so we couldn't bring chametz to the temple, and on Yom Kippur because we're not eating. The Kohen used to eat, so whatever. So we don't say this. Okay, now we're sitting. Ashrei. Ashrei is a prayer that starts with the sitting. Yeah. It is written on the top of 31. You may be seated, but some people miss. Okay, so it starts with Aleph. There is the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet. Then the next verse starts with, it's a few verses, but like the paragraph, let's say, goes to base. Then a few goes to Gimel. So whoever knows the alphabet, this means we are saying is basically like A, B, C, D, D. These are praises for God. They're saying that is going on the order of every single letter of the alphabet. Who wrote? Was written by this rabbi. And it's a very important prayer that it says, whoever says Ashrei twice or 3 times a day, I forgot how many times, has guarantee a place in the world to come. So Ashrei is a very important prayer, so that's one of the minimum. There is one
Happy are those who
31. So yeah, happy are those who dwell until the Lord on 32 in the bottom. Praise the Lord. This is a Tehillim, by the way, it's Tehillim 145. Plus a phrase. The Tehillim is different. One phrase. Yeah, it's a Tehillim. And there is this part, I'm saying that because of my Sephardi roots. That's not a Chabad custom, but you're gonna see, if you ever notice some Sephardi, they're gonna come to this, so they come to this part, I'm trying to see in English. In Hebrew, it's Poseach es yadecha. He opens his hands. I'm trying to see where it is. Here, you see there is like a little, yeah, right next to it, you open your hand and satisfy the desire of every living thing. We say, Poseach Sedeo must be Lechor Haratzon, and if you see people doing that, that's on Ashrei. So maybe there is a meaning or not, it's not a Chabad thing, but Sephardists do that. Okay, after Ashrei, yeah, Poseach Sedeo must be Lechor Haratzon, and it's a Sephardi thing. We also say Poseach Sadeach in other prayers. It's just this phrase that he opened his hands. Now we're gonna come. This is not mandatory. I'm just telling you what it is. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Hallelujahs. These are 5 Tehillims. There are, anyone guesses what they're saying? Praising God. You know what you're saying of the prayer is funny. The last Hallelujah happens to be, and I'm saying, by the way, Hallelujah, but when you're praying, you say another word. We do not say this word. This word is God's name. It's a very famous word. I'm gonna say yes. Yes. So just say Hallelujah. I mean, don't go by the Israelis. They have songs, so I'm gonna say the name the correct way. Hallelujah. We don't say this word, okay? Yeah. Hallel, Ka. Ka is God's name. Hallel, praise God. Hallel, Ka. So yeah, so many, yes. And now you have that the Hallelujah. Yeah. And there is also Goyish songs with this word. The Goyim like this word a lot also. It's they like the hymn, the Goyim. That's yes, they like the prayers. If
you remember Christian
yes,
Christian church,
yes, they sing
psalms.
yes, they sing
No, not hallelujah. Psalms. Psalms absolutely what they do read every single day, not the Bible. Psalms. The hill is psalms.
Right.
I just I would not say hallelujah, they all say
The hill is a psalm. Yeah.
No, I mean that they actually.
They interpret, yeah.
okay, we're not going because what do you mean? They have they also took their Bible from our Bible.
Yeah.
Tehillim is part of the Torah.
I guess I didn't realize that when I know what Tehillim is from.
Tehillim is part of the Tanakh. Yeah, Tehillim is the Nevi'im, the prophets. They're big on the prophets because then they added unexistent prophets. So Tehillim prophets is all part of especially the evangelicals.
Christians too. Christians. I mean the Orthodox Christian church too. They're very.
But they always call different prophets. But you think Tehillim was written by
David, there was a prophet. He was a prophet.
Love and respect David.
But they always put different names, like some.
No, so some of their names, so some of their prophets were real prophets. Some of the prophets they made up, but some of the prophets are our prophets, especially the ones whatever. Let's not. But okay, why we got to that? I have no idea.
Sorry.
Okay.
I mentioned it.
So the last Hallelujah here is the last Tehillim of Tehillim, and it has also a tune to it. I mean, it's not a forceful tune, but it's a tune. And okay, we still skipping if you want to, okay? It's so if you see what you're doing, it's not so much. Now it's a blessing. So from this blessing until the end of this blessing, we stand up. If you're saying 35, yes, rise and remain standing until after Baruch Hu. And the blessing starts with, blessed is the Lord forever, but it's a very long blessing. What is the blessing saying? Praising God. So, Baruch, God's name. No, there is no Atah. Baruch Hashem Elokeinu, Baruch Hashem Le'olam. I made up a word. Okay, so these are praises of God. And okay, now goes minimum 39. So I got, ooh, there is different minimums. Okay, if you want to say who here follows Charlene Aminoff?
Yeah.
Okay, Nishmas Kol Hai, right? The Nishmas she keeps saying is part of the morning prayers. You want to say Nishmas because it's a very powerful prayer. It's page 36. Dan Moises. And it's
But that's not.
It's not the minimum. It's a very powerful prayer. I mean, this is part of the Nishma. It's not exactly the Nishma because that's on Shabbos. It's the same. Nishma is a prayer we say on Shabbos. Okay, so no. So what I'm saying, 35. I'm just said there was a blessing. What some people start is on 36 in the bottom where it says Dan Moises, or in Hebrew Os Yashir. No, I didn't say no. I said no. No. This is a blessing. I'm just telling you that's a blessing, but it's not part of the minimum. Okay, we don't say. I mean, no, the minimum does not start on 35. 36. Okay. In the bottom, As Yashir is the song that we sang when leaving Egypt. Is part of Nishmas, but that's not the minimum. That's a beautiful prayer. A lot of people say that. The minimum is 38 on the top. Ishtabach in Hebrew, or may your name in English. Okay? Yeah? So, just to confirm, so I don't want to need one. We were page 30. We said one phrase and one paragraph. Then 31, Ashrei, or in English, happy are thus. Then you go to 36. Sitting. 36, or if you want to do a little bit more, 35. Okay, that's the choices. And that's what I was saying. On a good day or in a more or less day, some days are going to go to that, some days are going to go to the other, depending how much time you have. Ishtabach is the prayer, may your name be praised. What is this prayer saying? Praising God. And is the end of the blessing that started on 35. You don't have to start the blessing, but I'm just saying that's the end of the blessing. If you see the gray area, it's basically written for Rosh Hashanah through Yom Kippur. We add this is also Tehillim that we add between Rosh Hashanah until Yom Kippur. It's called 10 days of Tshuva, and there is additional prayers. This is there. It has another Kaddish. And now we start what in our paper is number 5. Shema, blessings of the Shema. The Shema has 2 blessings before the Shema and a blessing after the Shema. Okay? Even more important, the blessings of the Shema. Okay, sorry, I forgot to say. The Ishtabach, we say standing. I don't know if I said that or not. Blessings of the Shema, we say sitting. Before the blessings of the Shema, there is these 2 phrases that is written here is not even translated. It's written on transliteration. Baruch es Hashem Amevorach. Yeah? You own 39, sorry, 39. These two phrases we only say when there is a counter and there is a minion. The counter will say the first phrase and then we reply the second phrase. Alone in the house, you do not say that. It does get more complicated if you already start your prayer, but you're not on this part. And he said, do you reply or not? I'm not going to go there, but just to keep in mind. No, there is the right answer, but I'm trying to be fast. First blessing, also, this thing here has a lot of notes that says touch the tefillin, touch this. We do not put tefillin, ignore. Okay, if you want to learn to teach your sons, ask my husband because he taught my son, so I don't know. But there is times that you add you need to touch different parts of the tefillin because it's mentioning that tefillin. That's what basically also without the Shema. Pray two blessings before the Shema. We get into the Shema. I step up and we close to the top of the ladder. Now we need to prepare to say the Shema. So what are these two blessings? They are the first blessing. Sorry, I just want to get on my notes. We're doing morning blessings. There's morning prayers, morning blessings. So the first blessing is talking how God from light, he creates light from darkness. That's what basically I'm saying in one. It starts on page 39. Blessed are you, Lord our God. Or in Hebrew, Baruch Atah Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam. It goes until Kadosh on the bottom of 40, or holy, holy, holy. Now it's starting another prayer. Wait. No, I think it goes to Spirit. No, sorry. It goes to the beginning of 40. To you forever. Okay, that's one prayer, and this prayer is talking how God creates light from darkness. There is the physical meaning, there is a spiritual meaning, and the main meaning is to, again, we're trying to create a love of God. Is like, even that some people feel it's darkness, God has the power to make light, the darkness into light. So now the second prayer, it starts on 40, the second paragraph. In Hebrew is Tisbarech, and in English is be eternally blessed. What happened here? We stole this blessing from the angels. Because, anyone wonder what angels do the whole day? We believe in angels, right? There is angels. They praise God. And the fact that they are perfect creatures, their praising is very powerful. And now we want to be like the angels, so we're copying. How do we know what the angels praise? Moshe told us. So specifically on what these two phrases, there are, what's the name of this, Sonia? You see, this is not this, and this is this.
On page 4.
Not the word in English, but you see, this is regular, this is dark.
Oh,
Bolded, thank you. The two phrases, they're bolded. We will repeat that a few times later. And when we say, not now, but when we're repeating, when in the synagogue, the cantor sometimes say, and we say, we jump or at least raise our feet. So when we say Kadosh, 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 or Holy, 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 and then Baruch Kevod Hashem Mekomo. Okay, here we're just sitting and we're saying the words. We're getting ready to Shema. Okay, so just if it wasn't clear, this is part of the minimum, 39 to 42, okay?
42.
42. I mean, it's gonna continue, but I'm just stopping. 42 is the Shema.
No, wait.
Don't stop it. Leave forever.
No. We go until 42. If you want, let's say, to do less than the minimum, I suggest you to start on 39. You should not skip the blessings before Shema. Like the blessings preparation for the Shema are very important. So 39 to 42 are we need to get ready to say the Shema. Now the Shema. We say the Shema with our right hand, unless you're a lefty. Anyone lefty? No. Right hand cover our eyes. And we're gonna say, I'm gonna say in Hebrew, but you can say whatever language. Shema Israel Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. And then the next one, we say quietly. If you are at home that you don't feel like praying out loud, you need to make a differentiation between Shema and Baruch Shem. So you're gonna say Shema Israel and then Baruch Shem. There is one time a year we say Baruch Shem out loud. Anyone knows when? Oh, good, thank you. Ah, I thought you remember.
I did probably.
It's on the end. I mean, the whole Yom Kippur, we say Baruch Shem out loud. And on the end, the left, it's okay. On the end of Yom Kippur, Naila, whoever is in the synagogue, or if you're not even at home, we're gonna say Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, and then Baruch Shem a few times. I don't remember if 3, 5, or whatever. Then there is another one, and then preparation for shofar. What are we saying? This is the only part of the prayers we have to mean what we're saying. If not, it didn't count as we said. We have a biblical obligation to say Shema every day. In the Torah, it's written to say Shema every day. So it's not a rabbinical obligation, it's a biblical, there is difference. Some things that we do in a rabbinical obligation. This is biblical.
Which first we say, before you say the Hashem?
Shema Israel Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. And I'm saying Hashem.
One that we say,
God's name. Okay. That is saying different. Okay. What is the Shema? The Shema, I'm gonna go here. Israel. Who is Israel? Us. Israel in here, it's referred to Jacob. Jacob had a fight with an angel, and then after he won the fight, and the angel changed his name to Israel. That's why, and we are called Bnei Israel, the sons, daughters of Israel. But here we're kind of talking to ourselves. So here, us, you, Israel, you. I like the word Lord. I don't know why they can't translate, but the Lord is our God. I like God. I'm gonna say God is our God. Yeah. God is our God. God is one. So are we saying the same thing twice? No. So there is basically, it is talking about the unity. Made up a word. Unity. Okay, yeah, that's better. Unity of God. And what it means, the unity of God. A lot of people think the unity of God means that there is one God. The unity of God means that God is everything. It's not unity? Okay. God is everything. What it means, we are all part of God. Not only us, everything is part of God. The angels are part of God. The table is part of God. Unfortunately, even Hamas is part of God. Everything that exists is part of God, because God is everything. You can't say that something is not God. Is basically saying God is not one. God doesn't have this unity over everything. So even how come bad things are part of God? That comes to Tanya class. but but the Russians, and even worse, they're not even Russians, because that's about the Jews. They're monsters. And but it's God. And the thing is, how come God allow? We're not going there, okay? I want to mention, this is in Hebrew. The word echad, the last word that we're saying, one. There is a thought that we should have when saying that. Usually people say, and I'm just gonna say, Shema Israel, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. Thank you. Elongate. So I need to hire. Elongate the word Echad. And what do we think? Aleph, there is one. Ches has the numerical value of 8. And Dalet has the numerical value of 4. So 1 is just, we're thinking God is 1. 8 means the top, bottom. Wait. It's the 8 directions, but it's not the 8 directions. It's the 8.
Yeah, well, it can be north, south, east, west, and then northeast.
No, I think, no, 4 is the 4 directions. 8 is, there is 7 oceans, right? 7 oceans and 1 heaven. That's what 8, right? There's 7 oceans. Anyone? No. Not ocean. Okay, so 7 continents. I don't know. I know it's 7 and 1, so I'm trying to. Okay, so go with the continents, but the idea is the whole world. Okay. So we're thinking the 7 continents. There is no 7 oceans. You sure? No. I'm gonna ask after Zev what is the 7, because I know would be the continents and 1. Okay, we will let's finish and then I ask. 5 oceans. Okay. Okay, so let's go. Okay, I will bring back that. And the Dalet is the 4 directions: up, down, right. Yeah, it's. I was gonna say right and left, but yeah, east and west. And we should think, and that's the idea. It's the 2 unities that this blessing is talking. The unity that God is everything, but also the unity that this is our God. This everything is our God. And so that's what we're thinking when we're saying Shema. Then there is the phrase that I said we say quiet. Shema continues. Shema has 3 paragraphs. The first paragraph is Ve'ahavta, or you shall love the Lord your God. I'm going to talk about them soon. I'm just showing them what is part. Then the second paragraph, Vayomer, the Lord spoke to Moses on page 43. And that's the third paragraph, sorry. The second paragraph is on still page 42, is Vehaya, and it will be. Okay, so you shall love the Lord, and it will be, and the Lord spoke to Moses. So this is the Shema. When we say Shema, this we're talking about the first phrase, the second phrase, and the 3 paragraphs. Yes. And if you're saying in Hebrew and you're saying by yourself, you're gonna say Ani Hashem Elohem. Again, repeat. Ani Hashem Elohem Emet. If you're saying with a minion and the counter is on this part, he will say Ani Hashem Elohem out loud, and we say Emet. So there is just a little difference if you're by yourself or not. I do not know in English. What do you do, honestly? I think you just say. Is the Kabbalistic thing with the words Ani Hashem Elokem and Emet. So that's, and it's written, if you need, the explanation is written right above there, which words you repeat. So the first paragraph, we're back to page 42. The first paragraph is talking about, I'm just gonna go through and a little bit what it means. You wanna, let's just say, blessed be the name of the, I didn't say why we say that quiet. Why do we say blessed be the name of the glory of his kingdom forever and ever? We also stole that from the angels, and we don't want, we are higher than the angels. And when we sing Shema, we're reminding God that, because we have the choice of doing, we have free choice, and we are choosing here to praise God. The angels don't have this choice. So usually we say quiet. Why do we say loud in Yom Kippur? Because in Yom Kippur we are like angels. That's the reason why we don't eat, why we want to be, we get into the same level as the angels. So in Yom Kippur, we're in a level that we can say out loud. And okay, so sorry, my computer is gonna die and I'm gonna lose the recording. It's
I think we have this.
No,
No,
these are
no,
sour
they're
cream and onion.
I should have stopped the recording. So Shema, let's go word by word. You shall love you shall love God, your God, with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. Might could also be translated as power. It's just a different word. So that's basically, we need to use our heart, our soul. And what is our power? In Hebrew, the word kochos is strength, like our doings, like the power. What's our power? What we can do. So we're loving God with our power. And these words which I commend to you today, by the way, if anyone has questions, where is the Shema? Is in the Torah. And these words which I commend to you today shall be upon your heart. It's saying again, it's because first it's like we're loving God with our heart. And now we need to take these following words into heart. Which words? But before we say which words, there is another commandment here. You shall teach them truly to your children, and you shall speak of them when you sit in your house and when you walk on the road. So he's saying we should teach our children about the unity of God and loving God when in our house, but also outside of our house. Some people, they think, okay, inside the house, we're Jewish. Outside, we stop there. Here, the Shema is saying no. You okay? Yeah. Inside, outside. When you lie down and when you rise. We go to sleep as Jews. We wake up as Jews. We go to sleep, the last thing we say is the Shema. We wake up, one of the first things. I mean, it takes a while to get there, but after we get there is the Shema again. And this is not only, we need to teach our children. Being Jewish is through the whole time. There is sometimes that people think, okay, I'm Jewish in the synagogue, I'm Jewish in the Torah class. The idea of we need to teach the children, and it's talking about the children, but it's also ourselves, right? Your inner child, if your inner child wasn't taught that, or even, it's a reminder to us. Now it's gonna mention the tefillin, okay? You shall bind them as a sign. What's them? The words, as a sign upon your hand. That's why we put tefillin in the hand. And shall be for a reminder between your eyes. That's where the men put on tefillin. What's written in the tefillin? The Shema. So, because it's saying to put these words into our hand and our eyes. That's how the tefillin works. You shall write them up on your door posts. Anyone knows what's that?
Mezuzah.
Thank you. Mezuzahs. What's in the mezuzah? The Shema. Good. Of your house. So that's when you put a mezuzah, you're fulfilling the biblical commandment of you shall write them upon the doorpost of your house and upon your gates. And just if you wanted to know where it's saying, it says here, it has the footnotes. So that's the first paragraph. Now, okay, but which words? We're still not sure what words, right? We just say We have to say these words. We have to teach the words. Which words? And it will be, if you will, no way I can say that in English.
Diligently.
That word, obey, obey my commandments, which I enjoy upon you this day, to love God, your God, and to serve him with all your heart and all your soul. If we follow God's word, what God will give us, he will give rain for your land at the proper time. What it means at the proper time? Because it rains when, it's talking about harvest season. And it's very interesting, we're going to mention the rain in our prayers again. It's praying and do early in the rain, the early rain and the late rain, and you will gather in your grain and your wine and your oil. Grain, wine, and oil is also, there is like Kabbalistic meanings to it. But here we're just going to, you need a grain for Hale Matzah, you need your wine for every holiday, Shabbos and every holiday, and oil for Hanukkah, I think. No, but I don't think it's Hanukkah because this is, it's beautiful. It matches beautiful with Hanukkah. Yeah, I think it's for the sacrifices because we atone, like, not sure exactly, but let's think of, you can think of Hanukkah. I will give grass to your fields for your cattle, and you will eat and be full. What? Writing English words that people know. Take care. Take care lest your heart be lured away. So watch, because there is temptations. Can I take the class in Portuguese? It's easier. No, I wish. I'm in a level now that no language is easy for me. I taught a class when I went to Brazil in Portuguese, and it was very hard. So yeah. Maybe Russian would be. Okay, so don't go with the temptations. And God forbid, turn astray and worship alien. Alien God is funny, but it's not the alien of Men in Black. It's the other gods. And bow down to them. For then the Lord's wrath will flare up against you, and he will close the heavens so that there will be no rain, and the earth will not yield its produce, and will swiftly perish from the good land which the Lord gives you. So, okay, so we see he's promising very good things if we follow his words, and the opposite of good if we don't follow. Therefore, place these words of mine upon your heart and upon your soul. So let's, the connection with God should be, and again, we're going to mention that feeling, and that's why the men have to touch, and buy them for a sign on your hand, and that they shall be for a reminder between your eyes. Again, you shall teach them to your children, to speak of them when you sit in your house, and when you walk on the road, and when you lie down, and when you rise. Same idea, talking to ourselves, but also the idea of connecting to God through the whole time. And you shall inscribe them on the doorpost of your house and on your gates, so that your days and the days of your children be prolonged on the land which the Lord swore to our fathers to give to them for as long as the heavens are above earth. So it's a blessing that when we connect to God, we have a long life, our children have a long life, not only a long life in the land of Israel. That's where, the blessings are. A lot of times when we're talking about blessings to the earth, we're talking about Israel. That's the land that is promised to us, and that's where the promise God will give things. Third paragraph, the Lord spoke to Moshe, saying, speak to the children of Israel and tell them to make for themselves fringes. This is talking about, anyone know? Tzitzis. On the corners of their garments through their generations, and to attach a thread of blue on the fringe to each corner. And they shall be to your tzitzis, and you shall look upon them and remember all the commands of the Lord and fulfill them, and you will not follow after your heart and after your eyes, by which you go astray. One of the reasons men have to wear tzitzis is a deterrent for them to sin, because the idea is you're having these, you're looking at them, is a reminder God is watching. You know, in the beginning of the class, I don't think it was recorded, but when I mentioned I didn't know somebody was here and I let myself go, but when you know someone is watching, we control. Really, the reminder should be God is watching us, and that's the idea of the tzitzit, and that's why we don't need them. We don't need this reminder as much as men do, so we don't need the tzitzit because we are more elevated than them. We don't. They're more connected. We come from men, right? They come from earth. They're more connected to the pleasures of the earth than the woman is. We are spiritual more. Yeah. Okay, and you will not follow after your heart and your eyes, by which you go astray. The eyes, yeah. So that you may remember and fulfill all my commandments and be holy to your God. I am the Lord of God, which God we're talking about? Remember me, I'm the God who took you out of Egypt, who did all the miracles, who made the 10 plagues, who opened the sea. This is our God. And that's when we became a nation. Okay, we said the Shema. After the Shema is a blessing, basically climbing another step. Now we're gonna get, and I will go next class, I'm gonna finish, but I do want to mention the Amidah because that is the top of the steps. The prayer, the main prayer is the Amidah. Yes, 45. So, like I was saying, if you wanna go minimum, I would say 39. Wait, to 54. Okay, Shema and Shemona Esrei. 39 to 54. It's the blessings of the Shema, the blessing after the Shema, and Shemona Esrei or Amidah.
And this is all.
This is repeated so that you see, and they want the boys to go to the army. They're busy praying, it takes the whole day. So
you said,
I'm
so happy.
I know, I was
wait,
gonna say.
no,
I thought
5
maybe
to 9.
I know, but then I.
You got the 12, okay. Listen, I said that is, but I do Shema and Amidah are the main prayers. That is the prayer. Shema is a different, yes.
It's a little different.
No, it's exactly the same words, but it's a different. First, there is a biblical commandment to say Shema the day.
Right.
So no, 2 times we say Shema. So okay, so let's just talk to the Amidah and then we go.
wait, so you said
54. But okay, 45. Shema we say sitting down, by the way. We do not, and not on the blessings. Let me just, okay. Page 41 here, Regina. Page 42 to 44. The Shema itself. We do not interrupt. If a person calls your name, we do not look to the person.
39, 42.
No.
42 to 44. The Shema itself. The beginning of 44 until the word God there on top. True, or we do not interrupt. When you're saying Shema, why? We are talking to God himself. Who is more important than God himself? And that's why sometimes if you ever, usually sometimes like, you might like answer this on Shema, we completely ignore. Okay? 45 is even higher. 45. We do not interrupt the Amidah for nothing, not even needing to go to the bathroom. You go on your level of, I had bombs alerts, I finish my Shemona Esrei. Each person do what they feel comfortable, but unless God himself tells me to stop, I will not stop. We are standing with our legs together because the angels only have, again, a lot of things we do because of the angels. I'm just gonna show, they have one leg. Angels don't have 2 feet. So we are in the position of the angels. So like this, okay? So standing, yes. We try to don't be carrying anything or whatever. Now is our private audience with God. We are talking to God himself, and we're gonna be asking for everything. Now we're praising, right? So far we are praising God, and now comes the requests. You start, there is a prayer in English is not like that, but in Hebrew it has 6 words. Okay, you're gonna give 3 steps back before we start saying anything. You stand. Wait, so okay, so we start like this. First the right, the left. Wait, it's right, the left a little bit. Now it's not right, it's left. 3, yeah, 3 with the left foot. Thank you. First, I said right 3 times with the left, and they need to meet in the end. Okay, so it's left, right, left. Then you go forward, starting with your right, and then we start prayer. So just where you go 1, 2, 3.
So that's before Amidah, you say?
Before the Amidah, right? That's considered starting the Amidah. Yeah, it does say.
Oh.
You say the 6 words. Some people, I was taught that way, but then I learned that's not the Chabad way, and that's why 6. They will say 1 word per step. So 3 and 3. Recently, my husband told me we don't do that. So, but some people do. I don't know who is this people. Okay, so first blessing, Shemona Esrei means 18. There are 18 blessings here. Really, there is 19. Ezra, on the first class I mentioned, Ezra, he's the one who wrote. He wrote this thing, but then right after the destruction of the Second Temple, the rabbis decide there was another prayer that should be added. I will mention which prayer that was added, but we still call Shemona Esrei because whatever, the 18 blessings. First blessing. Okay, so now you tell me it's 9:40. Do you want to go through the 18 blessings? No. Okay. So
I do have a question because I didn't want to go wrong with the on the top of 44.
Yeah.
It says, as the candidates, and then it says a little try to
yes.
But this is also continues from.
No, just the word two. Emet.
Just the word.
Emet. I mean, we don't, the things like that, we don't interrupt between Shema and Amidah.
But do you say all of this?
You should, yeah. It's not Shema, it's a blessing after the Shema,
Okay.
but we say.
Oh.
So the blessing, that's what I was saying. If we're going to say the minimum, it's the blessings before the Shema, the blessing between the Shema and the Amidah. These are, yes, until, that's why I said 54. Okay, so just, one thing, yes. If you look before, it's not so much, because there is the 12, 17, 30, 31, and that goes to 39. So it's not so much before the minimal.
Now, 54 on the.
No, I will go through the way we finish Shemona Esrei. There is a certain way.
Oh, so we're going to.
So yeah, we did it. Yeah.
Okay.
I just wanna. 30.
What about?
31. Just-
One, and then-
No, 31 and 32. It finished on 32, right? Okay. Yeah. And then the blessings of the Shema. Yeah.
So that will be,
So-
that's it.
Yeah. I mean, okay. So that, okay. So ladies, just, these are,
What about?
One thing, these are-
38?
that's what I said. It's a very nice, yeah, 38 too. Sorry. Yeah, Ishtaba. 38. No, 155. Finish 61. Okay. But, okay, so let me just say,
So it's
the
38.
structure, 38. I mean, no, that's the thing. Okay, there is some minimals that I said. Then I said, if you're not going to say the minimals, but you want to say something, 39 to 54, Shema and Amidah are the basic. The other things are also minimal requirements, but people, you know, yeah,
Have to be the 5, 9, and the 12 in order to be
yes.
30.
Five,
Oh,
so,
really? You
yeah,
have to
when
do
I
that
start,
big.
okay,
That's
so
right.
when that's why I said 5 to 9 is not considered morning prayers. 5 to 9 is considered as everybody's doing that. It's like, that's done. Then there is,
That's a given.
yes, it's saying the morning prayers. Why we have to say the 5 to 9? It says the blessings on the Torah, and the Shema is the Torah. So before you say the Shema, you should have said the blessings of the Torah. You also should have washed your hands. And it's,
And what is the latest we can say?
okay, so let me, good, I just gonna say, before I answer you, remind if I don't. The structure of the prayer is very similar, morning, afternoon, and evening, very similar and different. What's the similar? We started what, it's not the minimum, but I just mentioned with the korbanos, the sacrifices. Mincha, it starts with the sacrifices, and then says Ashrei, that is that prayer on page 31 that I said we say twice a day, and Amidah. That's the prayer of the afternoon prayer. So if somebody's saying the minimum of the afternoon prayer is the Ashrei and the Amidah. So that's why I said the afternoon prayer is not more than 10 minutes. It's only if you want the page.
Oh, wait, so those are the afternoon prayers, or you have to-
No. I'm mentioning now. The things like that. The afternoon prayer is similar to the morning prayer.
Oh, so we go.
But it's shorter.
pages.
No, it has on the page. Afternoon prayer starts page 99.
Because you said you said prayer in the afternoon.
It's written here again.
Oh, it's,
Yeah.
okay.
So Mincha, it starts on page 99. It starts, but we don't say, because it starts with the sacrifices. These are not minimum. So if you want to say the afternoon prayer, you start on page 101, Ashrei. You see there, happy Adas. The bottom of 101. Then you continue, skip
Why
the
are you
Kaddish.
confusing us? We didn't finish those. We didn't finish Amidah.
Because it's the same thing. And then there is the Amidah. So that is afternoon prayer. Now, wait, just, if you decide that you want to say the evening prayers are also similar to the morning prayers. What's the evening prayers? Shema and Amidah. So evening prayers, we start at page 119. It starts before, but again, we are going for the minimum. 119 is the blessing before the Shema. The blessing before the Shema on the evening is much shorter than the blessing on the morning, because we already passed through the whole day loving God. We don't need such a big preparation. We already prepared twice on the other prayers. And there is the Shema with its 3 paragraphs. The Shema is always the same. Then there is a blessing between the Shema and the Amidah, So I'm just saying, because that is the prayers are the same. So we're repeating them. Now,
So
what did you ask me?
Wait, you said 101 to what page and 119 to what page? We started
Wait.
when we start, but.
Ah.
we go on to what page.
Okay, sorry.
101 to-
101 to 112, in the top of 112. In the night, 119 until. The middle of the night is also shorter.
No, but.
No,
it's
no, no,
part of
wait,
it.
119. Yeah, Amida is part of it. Wait. 131 on top. Okay,
131.
it's written, the Amida ends here. So times, okay, that's what you asked me.
Yes. so
Morning
that's-
prayers are said from sunrise. If you want to get very technical,
No.
okay, sunrise.
Thank you, son.
Sunrise until the night, until sunset. Officially, they should be said in the morning. You woke up at 2 p.m. I don't know how, you don't have kids, and you want to say the morning prayers, you could. The afternoon prayers are said after the middle of the day. What time is that? I can't tell you. I can tell you today what time was that, because the Jewish midday, as I said on the first class, is different than the non-Jewish midday. The advantage of having the Siddur on the app tells you that. So today, midday was 1:06 p.m. So, but it's gonna change. But today, depending on the time of the year. Okay, so on the afternoon until sunset. Until sunset. Now, the evening prayers is not said after sunset. It's said after it's dark. There is a time that is called, thank you, dusk. I was gonna say, I don't know the word in English. Dusk. The time between sunset and until dark is a funny time in Jewish wise. What's funny? One of my daughters was born in this time. There's a question when's her birthday. So you have the question? We need to ask her, Robert. So, so we, and the thing is, it's my, no, but what? But the answer is one time, that's it. It's because you forget? Ah, okay, I thought you just reacting. Everybody forgets. And so it's funny because it's one of my twins. So almost my twins had different birthday. But almost, because one was born right before the sunset and the other was born in the dusk. So even though they're 3 minutes apart, but is okay. So as Modi, who says that? Modi or the other guy? Elon Gold, that the Jewish calendar is the only calendar that has minutes. Minutes are important. So the evening will be the time that Shabbos is over that week, not the time you light Shabbos candles. Just to put on practical thing, you have a calendar. If you have our calendar, if you don't, you can pick it up. The time, so this week, today, nightfall is 7:28 p.m. What explains why a lot of times our events in the night are late, and Elrada doesn't like that. But Pesach can only be done after nightfall. Shavuos can only be done after nightfall. And nightfall. We are lucky we're not in Russia. I just talking to nightfall in Russia sometimes it's 12 a.m. So and France too. So see, they have the midnight sun in the summer. So they have to start the Seder at 1 a.m. It's no, France. Some places, yeah. See, it's okay. So we're lucky. We go. There's shluchim. Of course. Oh wait. Yeah. They're the only Jews? No, I think not. I mean, okay. So that's where I just wanted, this is next class, that is April 2nd, whoever can make. We will talk through the Amidah, what is the Amidah, the 18 blessings, what's the meaning of the 18 blessings, and this, how to say, because I told you how to start. There is much more in the middle. And then we're gonna say about the repetition of Amidah, that's done in the synagogue, and the difference of Shabbos and holidays. And I think we will
I have a very
go.
Yeah.